Here too long today, but I knew I was going to show up, not just for you, but for me. Now, I've been thinking about you all day. Let me tell you what I've been thinking about. So often we are caught up or surrounded around people whose concept of life may differ from yours. And I'm saying that to say this. It's too many of us out here with the woe is me syndrome, as though that we are the victim to something and no one has been victimized. A lot of people that I speak to or I have found myself speaking to, I'm very puzzled because they'll say something and then I'll burst, shine the light on what you're saying because it doesn't make any sense to me. I'm gonna give you a prime example. One time I was in a relationship and the person said, "Well, you act like you rich." Well, I cannot argue with God. That's who I cannot argue with. I know who I am. I know what I like. I'm not going to compromise me and just accept anything. That's lifting up a standard in everything. But then you find people that become complacent with the things that they like. Now, am I talking about any particular person? If I am, it's me. Because I remember having my spiritual awakening, and this is so awesome. I just had a conversation with a young lady today, and I said, when I had my spiritual awakening, I was still drinking and eating everything that I wanted to eat. My spirit still decided to wake up. So then you get into these stages and you begin going through these stages of, oh, well, I got to change the way I eat, and I got to change what I drink, how much water intake I have, and this, that, and because this is supposed to give you some form of enlightenment. Okay. Again, you cannot unknow what you know. That's number one. When the spirit is ready to awaken and the channel comes in, it's in. The download, you have received it, and it's for you to release. Okay. So I'm speaking to the young lady today, and so she says, it's just like when I was smoking, as long as I was, fighting myself with it, I was doing more and more smoking. I said, girl, me too. I was doing the same thing, fighting, battling with the cigarette until I became okay with the cigarette. I became so okay with the cigarette, I didn't care about what anybody said. I want to try and hide myself. I used to go around corners and smoke, go outside and smoke, all that kind of stuff. Because I was afraid of what people were going to say or how people were going to look at me. And then at some point in time, you've got to get okay with whoever you are. That's just natural. And then when I became okay with who I was, I positioned myself to want to do better. Okay. So we're holding this conversation today and it's just going back and forth, going back and forth. And I said, you know what? I can understand what you resist persist. A lot of us are resisting the pleasures in life because of what society deems fit or what someone else is saying. Juneteenth is coming up. And all I hear up and down the timelines is we're going to stop spending our money. We're going to stop buying these clothes. We're going to stop doing this. But at the same time, you still following what society say do. You still going with the flow. Society says you're supposed to eat this. So then you begin to follow the money. That's when you begin to follow the money. Corona hit. Where did the money go? The Clorox, hand sanitizers in churches and stuff like that. Look at where the money goes and look at how you're being pushed or swayed. I can't say you're being pushed, but you're being swayed into do something else. But the only person that's profiting from your swaying, because even if you don't buy the clothes, guess what you're going to do? You're going to buy you something to eat. And the money is going right back. And why would you withhold something good from yourself? See, when you really get into what is life, life is one experience. And I'm going to say it out loud. Most of us are not experiencing life because we have too many freaking hang-ups. We have too many things we're trying to please other people doing. From the way we dress, the way we speak, what we do, what we drive, all of these things. It's just like when I purchased my car. I had a choice of 3 cars. 3. I had a Honda Civic I could have got. I had what was it, Infiniti? I think that's what you call it. Truck. And I had what I had, that Nissan. So Latiska likes the sport look. She likes the way Nissan, baby, you can drive off of Nissan. I can go to Atlanta in my Nissan. Not even worry about no gas. Ride around while I'm in there. I don't even have to put no more gas in it till it's time for me to come back. That's real. But then that's me being real with myself. Which one of the and cars are like jewelry, or like Christmas trees, or like anything. When I explain this to people, they act like they do not understand. A car is a car. All cars do the same exact thing. Show me one that don't. It take you from here to there. Period. Some of them have GPSs in them, and if they don't have GPSs in them, guess what? Your phone do. So it's not like anything is withheld from you. It's the choices that you make. Now that we've understood that cars and trucks all do the same thing, now we're going to go into the names of the cars and trucks. That's no more than decoration on a tree. Some people like a lot of jewelry. Some people don't. Some people like that bling bling. And it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Because, baby, I probably will have me one. But at this moment in my life, that's not necessary. It's not necessary for me to floss and keep up with the Joneses when I got to keep up with me. You know, I got to stay in my lane until I can switch lanes. And that's being sensible. Most of us are not sensible in the things that we do. Or, this is another thing. I got my car, and do you know, somebody had the nerve to hold a conversation with me about my money? And I think the conversation was had because I wasn't going to give it to you. You know, people want you to do for them, but they don't want you to do for you. So then when you do for you, it's like, darn, I could have got some of that. No, you can't get none of this because I got to take care of me. I got to take care of me. And I can't depend on you and nobody else to do it. My mother is deceased. Well, she's transitioned. She's never dead. But, you know, none of that. She's spirit and truth now. She's all. Whenever I call, she comes. So that's being, you know, that's being real, where she's at. She's everywhere all at one time now. She's not caught in the flesh anymore. She's everywhere at one time. So thank you for being here. But we get caught up in too much. We get caught up in the imaginations of others. And a lot of people are angry as hell. I'm going to say it. Angry people are the most victimized people in society. Why are you so angry? And who do you feel is withholding something from you? And why are you focused on things that do not matter? Why is it your fervent? You know, let me get with it. I love, that's why I do these videos, because I love. I know when God gives something to me, I have enough to give. Okay. I don't have to bamboozle and manipulate. I don't have to do any of that. And who I am with one person is who I am always gonna be. That's me. I'm just gonna be me. You may not understand it, you may not like it, but I'm gonna be me. And ain't nobody gonna stop me from being me. But me. If I had to stop myself, it would be me stopping me from being me. But I'm not gonna stop myself from being me. So me and the young lady, we're talking today. And so she said she was caught up in church to the point where she was trying to do everything godly and out of love. And I had to explain to her what love is. See, people get it mixed up. When I say God is everything, God is everything. When I'm explaining to you duality, this is love and this is hate. And in between these two are no more than dimensions or fragments of the same thing, love. You can't even experience hate if you ain't never experienced love. You got to have a foundation of something. And everybody give love differently. This is godly love. Okay? This is godly love. Acceptance is key. This is godly love. But in between this and this is the consciousness of love. People can only give you the degree of love that they have for themselves. That's what they give to others. That's it. That's all they can give you. So I had to forgive a lot of little things once I got the concept of what love, everything is love. Because in order to experience this, degrees of it, you got to understand it's only but one thing. Like hot and cold. We ain't talking about nothing but the weather or water, the temperature, degrees. That's it. Left and right, angles. That's all we're talking about. But we try to make things so complex when life is really so simple. We are the most overthinking, digressed people because we know something. And because you know something, that don't mean you know it all. And when you explain, like for me, I like to explain where I'm coming from with people. When I'm saying something, I want to explain it to you. I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying. And if you can't grasp it, guess what? I know to move on. I know that the seed is going to cultivate itself. That just our passing by is an experience, both for you and me, for both of us to learn. And that's in any interaction that you have. But until we get to that, you only bring in what your consciousness is able to receive. Wherever you are, that's the person you're going to gravitate. That's the person that's going to come into your life. That's the people that's going to be in your life because that's where you are consciously. When your consciousness elevates, you'll find yourself in a whole new land, whole new group of people doing all new things in your life because you have renewed your mind. You have repented and changed your mind. That's it. That's what life is about. Constantly revival, revival, elevation, revival, elevation, revival, elevation, revival. Constantly learning from each experience, and each experience takes you higher and higher because every round goes higher and higher. Nothing goes spiraling down unless you have to have that experience to show the world that you can get back up. Be down, but you'll never be out. As long as you have breath, you are a warrior. You can conquer any freaking thing. If you have breath, baby, and the mobility to start thinking better and speaking better over your life and doing things that you've never done before and not falling into that rut of, and I'm gonna say this about our men, and I love our men, I do. But a lot of our men have the baby syndrome. They want to be the baby. You know, the babies get the most attention in the room. Let a baby cry, everybody turn their head. And we have a lot of big babies that want to be fathers in a childish way. You know, and you have to look at it from who was really mainly on the boat during slavery time. Men. Who were controlling? Men. Just like how it's set up now. Man, you know, the economy could be so much better if we had some nurturers in position. If we remove some of the women, and I will say this because the roles switch, we have some very aggressive, male thinking women that have forgotten how to nurture. They're just aggressive. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. When you are a alpha woman, you have to have aggression in you in order to progress. You know, but it has to be subtle. You know, an alpha lion itself watches its prey for about 2 hours before it does what it does. And that's what alphas do. They watch. They don't sit up and they just doing stuff all over the place, doing stuff. Mm-mm. You watch the people watch. Watch them move when they move. See, when an alpha moves, it's very well thought out. It's a methodical move. You know, it's something that they went in the trenches to get because they watched their surroundings. They paid attention to what was going on around them, and then they made a move to protect themselves. Because when you're around hyenas, you understand what I'm saying? Oh, you're just around angry people. You never know what you might find yourself in around angry people. You know, you'll find yourself fighting battles that cannot be won. Or you'll find yourself around people that are playing progressive, but are very counteractive in their own progression. So, again, I will tell you all, be mindful of what people say to you because it's not about what a person says, it's what they do after they say what they said. If you can't learn how to watch, you are prey. That's the best I can say. You got to learn how to watch what come out of people's mouth. And some people, great actors. So you got to be able to watch the actor act. And then once you realize the actor is acting, what do? You pull out of that role. I don't want to be a part of this. Don't have to be a part of this. You do this with yourself. Puppet master. Puppet master. Anyway, had to come on, drop on, because I had to hit this thing before 3:30. I love you. See you in the morning. Hope you guys have a beautiful, blessed, amazing day. And go check out them TikToks. And go down and go over there to the YouTube page and see some other videos that I've done. Just go check the stuff out. All of my links are down or above, depending on where I'm at. Because if we're on Facebook, everything is above. You want to set up an appointment with me? Link above. You want to know what Latiska does? Guess what? My webpage is above. All of these things I have done to get this stuff out, because I got a lot to say. So I said it, and I love you. Later.